I'm
This
trying
is
to like
going on
keep
the
myself amped because I've been on calls for like 8 hours today. Give me a second.
holy shit.
All right. All right, great. I'm into it. Yeah, see, now you're feeling it. I'm into it.
That's it. That's it. Hi, Daddy.
Wow, I got so much energy flowing through these veins. Look, I'm like a dinosaur. All right. Damn, I feel better. I feel like energized today. Whew, it must be the cocaine. All right. So, dude, how you feeling today? How was your last day of adventures?
Good, pretty good, man. I did a tenor impersonation that made me feel a lot better.
Oh, yeah, dude. I saw that you posted that, but I didn't open it up to watch. Shit. I have to do
Are you
that.
kidding me?
I didn't look at it yet. Where'd you put it? In the 100?
I put it in the 100.
That's what she said. Let me see. I think it's.
I like the way she says community.
Community. It's funny because I was just on the phone with her a little while ago.
Talking about churn.
No, we were, well, I guess as a consequence, yes, but we were talking about there's so much information that they're trying to deliver that it's like trying to drink from a fire hose. It's just too much all at once. And so I'm helping her like narrow down the delivery of these things so that it's in little consumables. And probably what I'm going to do is suggest a new strategy of appealing to the beginner and appealing to the experienced so that there's two workflows rather than one same one.
Hey, Daniel, how did you bring members into your community? Big kid is we ran Google Ads for free community, and then for free community, we put them into the paid community. And if I'm gonna make more money, right, then I'm mostly gonna use for this book, right? But if I don't pay for money, then that's pretty much game over, right?
She does say it like that. Oh man.
There's just letters going missing from her words.
Yeah, it's so interesting too. I mean, she's from Australia, right?
She's from Sydney, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a very particular accent. I mean, I don't know any other Australians that have that accent.
There's a fair few Iranians here, and they have the Persian accent is just like,
oh yeah, it's kind of like
what's he gonna use for his book, right? And it's just like fucking letters going missing in their words, and you're like,
dude,
what the?
I love that so much. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna share something with you here, and then you're gonna tell me. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go here. Okay, here we are. Lovely. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Beautiful. So what we're going to do is go into the Odyssey, and then we're looking at the 6 stages of free and the 11 stages of low ticket. So the point is that usually the best way to go about doing it, we can also have an initial like overview conversation of what the flow of it should probably be. But when we're actually taking action, we're going to want to do it to isolate it in these 11 categories. Because in my experience, when we're going through that whole workflow, you want to try and something that's good in one context could be bad in another. So in order to find balance in what you're doing, you want to do it item by item. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. All right. So you've got a couple of different options. You can either go through and we can pick one of these if you want to just like fucking start on it, or we can discuss more in a general sense. It's very similar to like the clarity thing. It's up to you.
Yeah. Let's start with it. Let's start with directly about.
Beautiful. So one of the big things, there is a. You know what? I may actually add one more thing here because what we're doing, you know what? There's going to be one more that I have to define. Son of a biscuit. All right. So this is going to be called a modification. What is with my spelling? Okay. Modification. What's a good emoji? What do you like, man?
Modification. I reckon the nerd glasses sign. The nerd glasses emoji.
That's way too literal. We're gonna go with the unicorn. We need always when we're talking about engagement in something, the best strategy by far, at least for now, is if you can put, and I don't know why more people don't use it, but if you use an emoji that has nothing to do with the topic, it's fucking funny.
I
People
see.
don't-
That's your secret.
I've got lots of them, but I give them away and everyone's like, ha, 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 and continues doing everything they were already doing. So, all right. So this is going to be modification audit. Yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. I would say, let's see, take this for example.
6 stages of free.
Yep. You know
So
what I mean?
free works. I should never delete my free community.
No, I would not. It's probably like if you don't give it that much love and attention, it's fine. It's like the first child that you want to ignore. But when it comes to actually having a funnel system, and I've been testing it myself. This is why I've been doing it, is because we could have launched ads many times, but there is no reasonably successful community on the platform that I have come across right now that is experimenting with purely organic and hyper organic in that way. So I'm using Captivate kind of as the testing grounds for it. And so far it seems to be working. So I'm going to keep teaching this as being an option. Do you know the difference of those? You've got I have come up with a hyper organic word because we don't have another term for it right now. So there is ads, which is off platform. There is organic, which is off platform without paying for it, and then hyper organic, which is on the platform that you're already on. Okay.
Also, hyper organic would basically be like Skool, and then organic is like Instagram, YouTube, and then paid ads obviously the same thing, but to colder audiences.
Correct. Exactly. Very well done. Yeah. So that's those are the 3 different markets that someone can go for, and when you make it more interesting and approachable and fascinating or fun, you then expand. And if you're on the leaderboard, you expand the hyper organic category slightly.
Got it.
Yep. Okay. So this one is going to be let me think for a second about what we're doing here, because it happens quite often. What you're doing is you're trying to pivot, right?
Yes. To from a mid ticket to a low ticket, right?
Yeah, or at least analyze.
Staying in the middle is where I'm getting smashed, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
you're doing too much work for the high ticket to be like, wow, this is amazing, but also
Yeah.
too much work for the low ticket to be like,
That's right. It's one of the, if there's a downside to the Skool games and to the 100, it is the fact that it pushes you to make such a good offer that you have to spend it painfully. You know what I mean? On the fulfillment side. So it's good because it makes you like take action. It's bad because you realize really quickly, oh fuck, fulfillment's going to be not sustainable at this degree.
yep.
The amount of time. The amount of time you want to be spending on spending plus just fuck. Okay, and then one more here. This is actually the audit. You're welcome. I'm fucking custom building this thing for you.
Find the amount of time you spend.
Yeah, no. Mm,
Because the price point I want is anywhere between probably like 50 to 99, right?
yeah, most likely. In relation to time spent. Um, almost there. In relation to time spent and March. Okay, so there we go. That's what we're going to do. We're actually going to follow this one here because we have to reevaluate where you are because you have an existing system that we will then bring to one of these. Okay. Well, these don't start with C's, but it's fine. Okay. So let's go ahead. Oh, fuck. I hit the wrong button. Go ahead and share.
That's what she said.
There you go.
There
All
we
right.
go. I can see that now.
Let's look for Hugh. All right. We got 3 here. So let's take a quick look at our situation. So here in free, we've got 993 members. So that's pretty good. Let's see here. Can we check stats? Can you admin me, please?
I think I've admin you in all of these, right?
Yes, please.
All right.
Okay, I'm admin in the second 2, I believe. Okay, so you're
Yeah,
still
admin in the premium.
sorry?
Yeah, admin in the premium one.
Okay, and okay, and actually, I guess
Yeah.
the in-person one doesn't matter as much, but we
Do you
may
want
as
me to make you admin in the free as well?
yeah, free especially. We have to look at that data for sure. Okay, so this is a 5K, 200, and free, correct?
Yep.
Okay, all right, so let's start with the 500 then. We're going to look at your metrics here just to see. All right, great. The engagement is decent. Not that it really matters because this is a high ticket. So my recommendation would be that it's a little bit complicated now, so we'll have to have a strategy for doing it, but let's go to your profile. It's cool that you have 3 different communities. However, you can get very easily these people to be in here.
Which people? Which people?
Can you see my screen or no?
Kind of, but it's staying still. It's not moving. Maybe because my internet shit.
Okay, how about now?
Oh, I can see it now. You're moving the cursor, right?
Yeah. Okay, so that was the problem. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to share everything. So ignore my porn. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Beautiful. All right, so here we go. We're going to look here. So tell me in your words, what is the benefit of having this third high ticket community?
Third high ticket community, you get 2 in-person events. I fly to you 3 to 5 days.
No, not to them, to you.
Sorry. Oh,
Not
to me. So the third in person, more money.
Okay. What else? Any other benefits?
More. So I see the guy or the girl in person, and it's easier to generate a change for them that they're like, holy fuck, you all need to do this. Like, this guy knows his shit. He does stand out alone as a coach.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
These guys have been watching me on organic on Instagram, YouTube for quite a long time. So for them, it's like I get to meet the guy in person, and that's like I wouldn't have been able to do that without this specific community, this specific program.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so two things to consider. Almost all of those, you don't necessarily need to, you can have this community. For example, I have it here in, like, if you look at mine, let's see, let's go to me. Where do we put it?
Well, because table tennis is such a like doing hand in hand thing that it's like right now we could be talking in person or here and it's not that different.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm wrong, but also in table tennis it's like there's a dramatic difference between sitting over the internet with someone versus being there with them
Oh, no,
in
no.
person.
That's not what I'm arguing at all. I'll explain.
Yeah.
So let's pretend I have a table tennis community situation going on here too. I'm also teaching table tennis and I have 3 communities. Okay.
Yep.
I have a free, I have a low ticket, right? Oh shit. I have to change that price back. I just brought a new person in at a different fuck. I have too many things going on here, man. There we go. All right, perfect.
That's how my low ticket looks. Worse.
Yeah,
Way worse.
it's oh really? Is it worse than that?
Oh, much worse. There's like 50 different price points.
Yeah, exactly. See, I need to start moving. So what I'm teaching you is what I'm about to start doing myself, which is this is here for show. This is just so that they know there's this kind of offer and they'll ask me about it before they buy usually, right? Because it's as high as you can charge on the platform. So, but I don't use it. Like when you go in here, there's nothing going on. It's just, here's Kai being a little dingus, right? That's it. So there's nothing going on here. It's just to show that there's something going on. I actually charge these people, well, a lot of them were off platform, but now I'm going to be slowly moving them in Q1 to here to captivate clients.
Yep.
Right? And the reason for that is twofold. One is, ironically enough, you lose your emoji if you split your payments, because if you're making $9,000 here and $9,000 here, you technically didn't touch the 10 grand mark.
In terms of like winning the school games or
No. You get the emoji at 10 grand, 30 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand.
like you're talking about the rocket, right? The
That's
rocket and the
Yep, exactly. So that's one thing, because it is a very good marketing strategy. I should know. I built the damn thing with Sam. Then when we, which is ironic because I don't fucking have one right now. And so that's one thing. The second thing is it actually, if we go back to your profile, here you are. If you take these people out of your community, they're not really engaging in some of the other stuff. So it is entirely possible that you could have some of these conversations, right, that you're having here,
Yep.
in this one, where people are like feeling FOMO.
Because here's where the engagement's at. Like it's
Yeah.
even if I
You want,
disappeared from this for a year, they'll still be talking.
correct. You want all of your engagement in your low ticket. Right now, this isn't your low ticket. It will become your low ticket, but you want it there. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing, is it's worth considering that this might just be for show and you pay, whatever, $1,200 a year just to keep it here. But you want to have differentiation between these ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, another thing to add is there's not, I mean, I love these pictures. These are cool. I'd have to think about it a little bit, but this, like, there's a little bit of inconsistency in the brand. Like, this is a capital U. This is not a capital U. Is this a title or a description? Probably these should all be capitals. As far as presentation goes, I'm just going over your generals. These are things that most people will just like, does this matter? Yeah, it fucking matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So likely what we're going to be doing is If you can, it may be too much work to try and move their engagement over here. And you can, in this section, you can make it so that people cannot comment and there's just an announcement here and a classroom, right? You could be able to just in the classroom, someone goes in and they are able to book calls or schedule with you or something like that, right? Or most likely what would happen is you let these people have a group chat with you on Telegram or WhatsApp, right? Something like this, but you don't need to actually use the community. That way, it's not large enough to get the use out of. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Because this is like a mastermind where it's never going to be a huge amount of people. It's always going to be an exclusive.
Yep, you don't want it to
short
be.
amount of
But also, in order to take advantage of community in any significant way, you do need a few more people. So, this isn't an absolute. This is my recommendation based off the things that I've seen. This is your main, and then you have people in here that you nurture a little bit if you have the extra energy, and this one where you just give them information, plan on when you're going to visit them. Otherwise, it's just here. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could even put a poll in there and be like, "Hey, what day of the month am I coming to visit you?" Bloop, 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 and you pick whatever. Right. So, does that make sense so far?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, beautiful. So now the thing to decide would be based off of these two. So let's open up this one and let's open up this one. So here's your premium. This is your 200. And your metrics are slowly dying, but now they're down to 97%, so it's good. Your busiest day was in November, 425, and there's less activity more recently. So you'll want to be careful of that because this is going to be, this will likely mean that people are dropping off. We'd have to look at a little bit more data about it, but generally this is what you don't want. And so a good way to make sure that doesn't happen is your high ticket clients are in there. Okay.
Yeah, I've invited the high ticket clients in there for free.
But they don't use it that much?
Some of them don't. Most of them don't.
Yeah, if I were them, I probably wouldn't either. So I would likely just clean up what you're doing in high. But we can go through that together when we get to that point. I'm just evaluating right now. So that's where we're at. You're not in a bad situation here, but it is dropping. So you're looking at probably next month starting to hit some pain points as far as your MRR goes. Then this one's in free. What's the difference between what you do in free and in paid?
So free no longer has video analysis and game reviews.
Okay, so you move that up to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Something
it no longer has it no longer has regular Zoom 1 hour coaching calls.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense. So most likely you could invite them. I've seen a lot of different versions, but you can invite them to be a part of a event once in a while. Like you do these. So maybe once every month or twice a month, the free also gets access to the link. You say, hey, this is just a gift for you guys. To remind them, hey, if you want to upgrade, you get these every week, right? And then also you can post a recording in there once in a while. Your goal is to take advantage of, like, if your low ticket is your big one, let's pretend your 251 is your low ticket right now, right? Well, effectively right now it is. If you take all those, how would you put it? If you take everything that you do and you trickle some of it to free, it's still not as good as the low ticket is and gives everyone a taste of what they're missing.
Oh, say that again.
Sure. So you sound like a snake there. So what you want to do is, let's say you're doing this much stuff in the low ticket, right?
Yep.
This is all live for the most part, but you can put recordings every now and then in the free. And that's a very easy way to just stimulate the free, let them know you're still around, and give them like a little touch point. Hey, if you want to be on the next one, you can have a one-on-one audit call with me here, right? And then that way it's not baked in somewhere else. It looks like it's a genuine invitation. So people will be like, well, I mean, I'd kind of like to be on the next call. You get it. that kind of thing. So you want to give a little bit of your low ticket to your free as far as access to you. All of the courses are given. You just give the courses for free. That goes into your
In the free.
Mhm.
I was thinking of giving them like the way Max does it, like one section for free, and then
I see Max's situation, but they are big not because of their classroom.
because when I was in Max free, I went to premium because I was like, I need to see the next thing.
Yep. But also, you are an anomaly. How many people think like you?
You reckon?
Well, I mean, how many people think like you?
Uh,
How often have you been in places where the mind that your entrepreneurial spirit is around people that understand you?
I don't know. Was it fair to say most people think like me or no?
No, I think most people do not think like you or me.
In what sense?
In the entrepreneurial sense.
Like people are more simpler than that, or
They're
people
just
more?
different. Like I myself would probably not spend that much time going through courses, but I've made lots of them. And I know plenty of people that go through them. And I know a lot of people that attend the calls, but I struggle with attending calls a lot of time. Right?
Mm,
I have a different way of consuming things, and it's because I'm an entrepreneur. Like an entrepreneur that's been doing it for a long time. So my level of impatience is like much higher. My knowing what I want to be a part of is much higher. All of that shit. So just because if you in particular like a certain thing the way it is, unless it's purely aesthetic, be careful because probably you're not your target audience.
yes, I see what you mean. That's so true with my audience.
Yeah.
Because often I'll give this thing that's like, this is shit. They'll be like,
Eat it
this
up.
is so good, and then I'll give the opposite. I'll be like, this was a banger, and they'll be like, then the hate on YouTube starts coming, and it's like this wasn't there.
You're not your people. You have to understand that they are going to be different.
Hmm.
And that's why we always go back to the sell them what they want, give them what they need. You probably know what they need, but they don't know what they need. They know what they want. Right?
Hmm.
Is that making sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Do you have any other questions about that in particular?
So in terms of giving them what they want and selling them what they need, like once they're in the program, it's simple giving them the right help when I see a problem of theirs. But then how would I market what they want so that it's like, oh, let's jump in the door.
I mean, a good example, which I don't recommend using, by the way, but this is something that does historically work, is you would say something like, make 5K a month by playing ping pong. Right?
Hmm.
I wouldn't buy that, but a lot of people would.
You wouldn't buy it because it's not believable, or
I mean, well, personally, I'm not in that market, right? And also, it's just like it's just not the kind of thing that I'm into personally. However, I'm curious because of that. My point is that I wouldn't directly buy it, but because I wanted it, but I might buy it because I'm curious. So in an offer like that, you're using psychology in your favor because they don't need to be related. It just needs to work with the formula where it's money, health, wealth, relationships.
oh, it just needs to be tempting.
Yeah. Yeah. It needs to be what they're looking for. And they're looking for health, wealth, and relationships. In some cases, like in your case, you're doing really well because you're an Olympic athlete. So that's really good because that means you're riding on a bit of fame. It's like if Brad Pitt came out with a course tomorrow, people would buy it no matter what it is. It doesn't matter. It would be sold, right? And that's because of who he is. But at some point, if that's his main business, somewhere down the line, you'll start seeing sales drop or things become more challenging. And why is that? It's because they didn't follow the way the system that it works. So it's either a problem now or it's a problem later.
Oh, then that's when churn starts happening, right?
Well, it can start happening from that, yeah, but it won't. It'll be later down the line or immediately. If you have fame, later. If you don't address it.
Got it. That's basically how the school games kind of works, right? Because a lot of people will come in because of Alex, because of Daddy Alex.
Yep. Yeah, it's similar. Very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Awesome, man. Well, where to from here?
All right. Well, from this, you have a big decision to make. Uh-oh. Whoops. Jesus. Merry Christmas, y'all. All right. So we have a decision to make. There's a few different ways to do this. If you decide, okay, you know what, I want to do 99, you'd probably have to get ready for a transition. And that would be, do I open a new community or do I just reduce the price on this community? You know what I mean?
think reduce the price in this community because for this community, what's included would be 2 weekly coaching calls, game reviews, and it's like, and these guys go nuts. Like maybe it's Christmas and that's why it's drop off. Because I said the next 2 weeks there's going to be no calls, but the game reviews that I'm doing for each one, it's hard for me to do a Loom review, and that's what people are finding most valuable, and they tell me that the game reviews, and then showing them, saying, okay, based on your match, these are the problems you're having. These are the things you need to do to practice.
Yeah.
My MRR has dropped a lot. People have like signed up for 6 months at a time for annual. That's dropped it. And then there's just been drop off. So it's just like, I mean, if everyone churns right, that's not like, it's not the worst position, is it?
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
just start again.
So 2,800. That means how many? So 24 paying members.
Yeah.
So about half. Okay. So then this is
It's more than half. Because some of them are on like 6-month payments, but probably about at most 30.
Okay. All right. Now one challenge. How many annuals do you have?
Should I check it?
Can you ballpark it for me?
So annuals probably 7 or 8.
Okay.
7 or 8, and then all the high ticket people, they're in there as well.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking these questions is because we want to be very sure about the decision we make. The two avenues are we use this and drop the price. The other one is we launch another one here and that becomes the 100. There's pros and cons to both. If you lower this, you're going to have to lower it for everybody, right? Which would be a problem if everyone is paying, but you're having 50% churn. So you could pretty much just go ahead and lower this and reclaim a few people. It would probably balance out because the 24 paying people would save some more money, right? And then everyone who comes back would likely start filling in those gaps. So you'd probably be around the same spot, maybe a little bit ahead because it's 40 people, right? You with me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
So that would be if you modify it. If you open a new one, it could be messy. That's the con. The pro would be, it might be cleaner in some ways because you would then be able to, I mean, it'd be a little bit of work, but you'd move everything over, right? From this one and start telling everyone, hey, here's this new place that is going to be the same thing or better. You could pitch it as better for less, right? Now, as I'm talking through it, I think you're probably right. It's just going to take some I think probably we should just modify this one and be very, very clear on its transition because we'll need to get to dial in a few different things. And you would probably want to go in here and lock this up and then just start telling people, hey, this, actually, you may not have to lock it up, but just tell people, hey, you have two choices. You could, in the high ticket community, you could close the conversations, so close the community so that people can't message, right? Or can't post in there and you just have one announcement. Or You could leave it open and just say, this is only for one category of conversation, which is like planning when you come to visit. Right. In fact, you could even roll out a new thing. Like you offered to fly to these people twice a year, which is fucking crazy. What would make a lot more sense? How many days are you spending with them when you visit them each time?
Oh, it's 3, 4, or 5, depending on their age, their schedule, what makes sense. Because some people will do 4 hours a day. Some people will do 2 hours a day.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be a few days. You're going for a few days twice.
Yes.
Shit. Oh, okay. That's a hard one to get out of. Because the perfect situation for them and for you would actually be to have one visit that's many days long. Like three days, 4 days, something like that. Right. And so they're like, because they would have to train for that moment. They don't just get to waltz into it. They have to be prepared because you're about to teach them some shit. So they've got to be like, if they're old, well, then fucking work on it, man. And if they're young, clear your damn schedule. Like, take it seriously. So going forward, you could probably announce something like that. Hey, for everyone who books afterwards, you get me one time for 4 days or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense.
Just something like that where it's one visit instead of 2 every year.
Yeah, because they can always book another visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do a secondary visit? Great. We'll figure that out. I can charge you here in the low ticket community or in the free community.
And that price will probably have to go up, right?
Yeah, if I were you, I would only go as graceful as giving. Yeah, I'd probably make it a 10K single visit.
Mhm. And do they get a year of like because what's worked in the premium, what a lot of clients have given testimonies for and what they've liked is game reviews. Like it takes time. Get game reviews. They post their matches every week when they
Yep.
play competition. I
Yep.
review it in quite a lot of detail, and it often takes like 15 to 20 minutes per review. As much as I try to go like let's limit it to 10, it doesn't. It's hard to get there because I get into it, and then I'm saying okay, these are training drills that you want to do. I watch they record their practice sessions, so it's not the whole session. They show me the drills that I give them, and they show me like a minute of it, and then I give them an analysis on that. But to be doing that every single week, it's like it's a lot, and I'm like, okay, maybe that should only be for the high ticket people. Or maybe I should do that as a low ticket, but then do it one to many. And then let's say on a Zoom call, there's 20 people or 30 people or more. It's like, let's analyze this week. We can analyze John's match. And then because they all have similar problems, it's like, okay, this is how you watch a match of yours, and this is how I pick out the problems very easily. Because that's the skill that I'm giving them, being able to go, okay, based on your match, this is the problems I see. This is what you're not doing that's costing you, and this is what you are doing that's a mistake. And then from there, this is how we go about fixing it. It's like if I can deliver that to many people as a low ticket, and thousands can get value from it, then I feel like that could be a winner.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
in one sense, like doing that for the guys in the premium group, it's like, well, I'm kind of getting fucked over in the sense that like it's kind of high ticket stuff. I don't know, maybe it's not right. Tell me if you think it's not. It's like it's stuff that's I could do it all day long and still not get through it, right? And then it's for people that are not really they're kind of paying a mid ticket.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot to give to the low ticket guys. What you would probably want to do actually is instead of doing it yourself manually, you say, hey, I'm going to make 2 big changes here. That's going to improve the way that things work here hugely. I'm going to bring the price down to $150, let's say, or $100. So you pick what's comfortable for you. I always think 2 digits is good. I'm going to bring down the price.
2 digits is less churn, right? That's more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, your drops change at an additional digit. So like at $10 it drops. That's why 9 is so interesting. At 99 is good, but 100 is too much. At 999 it's good, but at 1,000 it's too much. Yeah, that kind of thing. So, what was I saying?
Something about the 99 offer. I'm going to make 2 big changes.
Oh yeah. So you would make 2 big changes in this case. One, you would say, I'm going to reduce the price down to 99 or 150, 140, whatever you decide. My recommendation would be 99, to at least test out, because you could always raise it in the future. And then you would say, and I'm going to train you guys on how to read everyone else's footage. So now you're teaching them how to read footage so that they can help each other, right? And you could even have a competition in there that happens once a month where they submit their games. It's reviewed by the community, and the guys with the best score win a free month or something. Right? That is the kind of thing that people would be like, oh, I'm going to learn how to read these things too. Maybe I could read it for myself. And they'll start doing it with each other, which is how you change it from a guru model to a network model.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing the whole time. Massive guru model.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's always like, well, what do you guys think here? And then I kind of, there'll be days where I'm sick or shit, life just happens. And they're like, oh, let's wait for Hemming's response. And it's
Yeah.
like, at the start, the ego is like, ah, good, I'm the expert, right? Then it's like, oh, fuck. It's like, no one else can do my job. They're like also clear that only I can give them the best feedback.
Yeah, that's right.
What do I do?
Yeah. So I would definitely recommend that being your new strategy. Even if you keep it at this ticket, like you're teaching them now how to read. So I'm launching a new program here that I've gotten lots of requests for people to be able to have more access to me. And so I'm going to teach you how to think like I think.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. I'm sold. I'm ready. I want to be Hemming, motherfucker. Right? I think those 2 points, if you were to prepare the group for something like that, it'd be really good.
Yeah, you got me thinking. Because then I'd sell it. I'd be able to sell it in a way. It's like, take the thinking of me that has been where you are and now looks back and
Yeah. So you would make a roadmap. I look at 5 things. This. Here's how I look at them.
like some sort of proven to work method that they can just go, oh yeah.
Yeah, but you make it up. It doesn't fucking matter. You basically would say, hey, and to start this, those of you who sign up for this seminar, it's 5 days long. I'm going to spend every day on one topic. You get to ask any questions you want, and I teach you exactly how I think so that you can start reading footage too. Your friends and so that you can read each other's footage. Right?
And Zoom calls can literally be like game review seminar.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you may have a sexier name than that you could put together, but you want to have something that sounds interesting that you know they want. Like, hey, do you want this thing that I know you want is always the best offer? And then you say, we're going to have however many days of it that you want. If you're in this call, this will be the one and only time that I'll be answering all questions about my mindset for this thing. And so they all jump in, all 43 people, right, before they churn. And you record every single one of those sessions. All of those recordings are now a course. Make it as short as possible, like 3 sessions would be great, but a course that teaches how to study like Hemming. Right? And that's the goal of the community, is to think like you think. And the way that they practice thinking like you think is by watching that, discussing it, be like, all right, so let's see, what do you see here? And you just do like 1 or 2 reviews a week. That's how you become daddy. Right now you're big brother. You're too involved.
Oh man. You can't just say daddy by itself. It's a bit too intense. You got to say daddy. You got to say daddy Alex.
Daddy Alex, yeah, big difference.
Man, this is crazy. Fuck. It sounds like a silly statement. You really know how to run a community.
I've seen a lot of them. That's for sure. Thank you, man.
Yeah. It's a very different thing. It's like how to deliver a service versus how to run a community.
Yeah.
It's such a different thing. Guru model versus a network model. It's
Yeah.
just it's something that's not come to me. It's like I haven't been exposed to it. So
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of
all
new
more intricate things. You would have to see a bunch of them to be able to be like, oh, okay, I get it.
Did it take you a while to get this?
There was never like any one point. I think it's just slowly been aggregated. Probably within 6 months, 7 months, I was like, okay, I think I've seen. I think it was after I'd peered into like 80 different communities, I started being like, okay, I'm seeing lots of similarities here.
And the successful ones obviously have a certain pattern, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm more leaning towards the model of, based on everything that we just said, I'm way more leaning towards the model of, like, in terms of what my goal is and where I want to get to and what I want to be doing for it. Definitely where it's free 99 and then like free low ticket, but very high ticket, very low ticket, very high ticket.
Yeah,
Which
and then
99 is kind of like very low ticket.
yeah, I mean, you could keep your same offer. You visit them twice if you want to, and like test it out, see how it goes. I'll visit you twice a year for 10 grand. It makes more sense.
Twice a year for 10 grand.
Yeah. And then if they can't afford that, be like, great, I'll come visit you once for 5.
Oh, yeah.
Downsell.
And at this stage, I would happily do that. Like for me, it's like, oh wow, to be paid 5K US and just visit you once, as long as
Yeah.
you're not in some sort of like, you know, war-torn country, then sure.
Well, if they can pay and they're in a war-torn country, well, then likely they're the ones with the military ammunition behind them. So you're on the safe side, behind the wall.
That's funny, actually. That's really funny. Oh man, yeah, I'm definitely keen for that. Maybe this for 5K. It's like when I think about it, it's like, yeah, it's a bit of a Kevin was saying this to me, and I'm like, I don't know, like maybe Kevin's inflating me, but now that you're saying it as well, it's like, yeah, they definitely they get a full year of support, game analysis, and all that. It's like, fuck,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
really got a deal out of it.
Oh yeah, that's a really fucking good deal. So, you know,
That's why they're good.
one of the good things that you can always do is they're always with people. Like all the people they're competing with are doing a really good. They're doing a really good job spending time with others like them. So something you could do, which could take advantage of this and let them know, hey, I'm really glad you signed up for my promotion. I'm super looking forward to seeing you twice this year. Could you please do me a favor and let me know if there's anyone else that you think needs this?
Oh, when they sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else in your sphere that you think needs this?
Yeah. And then there's just like referrals right there.
Yeah. And you can do it, especially because you're visiting them twice in a year. By the second time, you know them. Even the first time, you're like hanging out and becoming buddies with them. So great time to ask, because in person, they'll be like, you know what? Yeah, let me call up my buddy fucking dickhead. Like, yeah, he's totally down. Let's do it. Maybe we could do a double. Or like, well, you know what? You got the best offer. I can't do this for everybody. My usual rate is $5 grand for one session.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. No, I'm keen for that.
Yeah.
So
And
free low ticket high. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, that's right. And I would say your main offer should probably be 2 visits for 10K.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I'm happy to do that.
Yeah. And I think that would be, and once you've seen that works in the market, great. Now you can try the next thing. But I think your big play is letting everyone know, hey, thank you for being all through this. Because of it, I won whatever the fuck. So now I'm going back to my regular price. And I'm glad that all of you guys got in. I'm ready to change your stuff. Just set it in their mind that they know that this was a one-time thing and they really got a good deal.
Oh, so I can say like because of you guys, I won the school speedrunners. Well, I came in the top 15 and whatever, and then like just be like, this is a special deal though. This was a special limited time offer because you got
But
in.
as a thank you, be like, I won because of you guys on this promotion that I've never given out before, and I will probably never give out again.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds simple enough.
Yeah, so that way you're planting the seeds so that when you see them, you can be like, oh, I'm glad you like it, after the first session, and be like, yeah, I have an extra open window probably next time I come in or something like that. Are there people that you know?
Yep. And if they say yes, it's like then I drop that this is a like this is not the price that I can do for everyone.
Well, they will. You'll probably already let them know, like you're hanging out with them. So spend a day with them. Let that information out as you're just out conversing regularly. Be like, yeah, this is my usual rate is 10 grand for a thing, but whatever. And it might even be to the case, like you never know. They could be like, dude, could I bring my buddy? Could you also help him out? And be like, I mean, if he's already here, I'm happy to do the same rate. I will do it just for you, just this once. So you get another 5K on the same trip.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying, though? You're like trying to capitalize on the. In almost every situation, your negative can be turned into a positive if you're just playing chess.
Yes, because the negative is that like fuck, I feel like I'm undercharging.
Yeah,
But
and they get that too. So make sure that they understand it without you telling them. Don't tell them directly. Tell them gently, and then be like, "All right, let's maximize this experience."
yes. So a gentle way would be like, hey, I want to thank you because I won this challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Got it. It's free, low, very high. I mean that makes way more sense because then I'm not having to run around all day just like constantly doing. Because even the guys in the 250 per month, and I haven't actually got any clients at 250. It's all 200. It's all like it's gone from like when I first started it started at 47. It went up to like 199 for like less than 2 days. Two people. That's when people would buy, and I didn't even jump on sales calls. Then when I bumped it to 147, I was just like, okay, I was listening to Danny Alex, and I'm like, jump on a sales call because it's just easier. And that's when I'd make sales doing that. So 147, 179, and then it went up to 199. And there's two of them at 199.
What price was it selling itself?
47 and 99 basically. I still jumped on calls to clarify, like speak to the guy, meet them over Zoom.
They want something like that. Yeah, you still. I mean, even if you have to make 100 phone calls, and each one takes an hour, that's perfectly fine. That's 10 grand. You can take up 100 hours for 10 grand.
Yes.
Because that's repeating 10 grand.
Yes. That's 100K a year more.
Yeah, if you keep them all, yeah. And it all depends on how able you are to teach them to think like you.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Because if they're paying, if I see my MRR is 10K or 12K per month, there's always that fear, that newbie beginner fear of like, what if they churn? I have to do more for them so they don't churn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm always feeling every day.
Yeah.
Who else is churned now? What do I do to stop them churning?
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge fear.
Yeah, I can. We have a tool that predicts churn. I can talk to you about doing that. We basically scrape your account and then give you all of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
But it's less of a fear at low ticket.
It's less of a fear at 90 because I've never tried 99 or like I've never tried less than 100 for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
But the 47, like the founding members, because I said to a lot of them, Like at 47, you guys like this is ridiculously cheap. I even said that. I'm like, for a ridiculously cheap price. And even some of those, almost all those guys are like, wow, like I get you for 47 a month. I'm like, and they're all saying, oh, this is like a steal. And those guys that just often them, they don't even like half of them don't actually even participate.
Mhm.
Like one of the guys, his wife is like got serious health issues. Like he's just not able to come on ever, and they just keep paying at 47 every
Yeah.
month.
That's right, because it's so small that they just don't care.
So that'll be where that 100 mark hits, right? Because 100 is when people start to go, okay, someone with not that much money goes, ooh, I feel this shit. But below 99, a lot of people are just going to be like,
Yeah.
I'm getting great value for it. So while like that's kind of how I feel about my own communities that we have to pay for.
Yeah.
And also like joining the Skool games. I'm like, this is 99 a month. I'm going to be able to tax invoice at the end of the year, like
That's fine.
reduce tax. It's good.
Yeah. You can totally do that.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's. But
Beautiful.
then the only con of this is that the people that have already paid me annual, they're already on like higher prices. I would then have to drop them back to lower prices, right?
Well, you can decide because you said it's just like 8 people, right?
That are annual.
Yeah.
Could be a bit more.
Okay, well, let's say it's 10 people. It's half of the people that are staying, right? I would DM all of them manually and just let them know, hey, because you bought annual, we have a completely separate deal than what I'm about to announce in the main community.
I'm even happy for them to be still getting the same deal for the rest of what they've like the rest of their annual billing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you would just DM each of them that are on annual and let them know, hey, I'm going to make an announcement, but it has nothing to do with what you guys are doing. I'm changing my offer for everyone who did not buy annual. But if you bought annual, I'm going to keep doing exactly that.
Yeah, for the next 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, whatever the person has.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever it is.
And then that's when I can start focusing on like funneling people to the low ticket, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So for example, let me show you my screen here. Here's how you navigate that. There's a very, very particular way. So you reach out to the people in here that are annual and let's see, let's go to your members, filter by Jesus Christ. Annual.
Yeah, so yours was bad, huh?
All right. So you filter by annual. You have 12 people that have paid annual, right? You've got a 4,200 a year, a 1,200, 13,675. Like you got them all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So you come to them and let them know, hey, I'm going to make sure that I'm delivering exactly as we talked about. So you can ignore the post. The post that I'm about to make does not apply to you.
Yeah.
Okay. And the way that you make that relevant is because up here, this is a nightmare. We're going to go through this later on, but you would come in. We're going to make a category that's just called. Oh fuck. Annual. Only for those that. And I'll show you. It's you can see my screen still.
Yeah. Perfectly.
Okay, so before I post that, I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. So you'll see. Look at how clean this looks.
Yeah.
I want to click on these. These look juicy. They look like candy, right? Nice and clean. And this in annual, right? We just pushed that up there because we're going to start pushing annuals for people. And the way that that makes sense is, let me go here. Pricing. Yeah, here we are. Annual. You're going to edit. Q&A for annual members only, please. That's all we say. And that's how you correct it. This is your free, not free, premium. and they get preferential treatment.
Yes.
And you can let them know from now on, no one else can get the thing that you bought. No one else has it. So they can just keep that
Like
in
I'm
mind.
literally not offering it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So you can let them know, hey, if you do me a favor, please don't advertise the offer that I gave you. It was a one-time thing. I'm not doing it any longer. I'm going to make an announcement post of the new offer that I'll be delivering to everyone, but it does not apply to you because you are in the annual. So I hope you make the most of it. I'm glad to have you. They would love that post or that DM. They get so fucking high on that.
Yeah, that feels so special.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So how you feeling?
Good. A bit more bit like I'm about to rip the band-aid off. Like I'm about
Cool.
to a little bit scary, but that's all right. That's totally fine.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to have you put together a little strategy of the way you're going to start implementing this. And the next time we talk, we'll go ahead and start doing that. In your high ticket, you're going to decide, are you going to turn off the community tab and just have one post? Are you going to deliver it through the classroom? It's totally up to you. There's lots of different ways to do it. Just get a little bit creative and decide what works best for your community. And then you're going to let them know, however, that it's only for the high ticket community pages are only for planning when I'm going to come visit you, for example. And then you move and say everything else, all other engagement and reviews, like anything that is not specifically this, goes in the low ticket community. Right. So that's going to be your first assignment. Then the second thing is go ahead and DM all of those other people, put together a list, the message that I was just telling you. I'll give you this recording so that you can have it. The message that I just said, you're going to send that to all of them. And then when we get back together, we will make that next post.
Beautiful. And this is all with the goal of because I thought about it while I was walking around the supermarket yesterday, and I'm like, actually, if you just dive into what my goal is, it's to have some sort of recurring model that's it's to be able to consistently make 30K a month, 40K a month, 50, even up to 100, right? It's to consistently get up to that 100K mark.
Yeah, if it gets there, fucking great. That's awesome.
But that's that's not achievable through only offering high ticket, right? And that's not achievable. That's low ticket really is the way, right? That is that vehicle.
Low ticket is the way. Yes.
Yes. So
It has to be sustainable.
Yeah, and keep continuing doing high tickets, not right.
No. Yeah, I mean,
So
if you're going to do high ticket, do high ticket. Make it 5K for one visit. Don't go any lower than 5K for one visit. Unless you're right there in the same city and they're like, well, I got $3,000 if you give me a lesson right now. Okay, fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, even with that model though, you have to constantly be stressing about, am I going to get new sales? You have to constantly jump on new sales calls.
That's right. You just have these giant peaks and valleys. This is a nice, slow, steady growth. You do consistent that you can give promotions every now and then. Hey, if you guys bring in someone else and they stay for a month, you get 1 month free.
Yeah, gotcha.
Something like this.
So it's much more of a people model. It's much more that I don't have to the expectations are lower. I don't have to burn myself just to keep a good income coming.
Yep, that's right.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I'll listen to the recording and then make those decisions.
Fantastic, man. All right. Well, go ahead and make those calls and then let me know when you feel like you're good and you're ready to make that to make the changes in the low ticket community, and then we'll get together again to start doing that.
Do you want me to just book a call?
Yeah, you tell me when.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And this is sorry?
Go ahead and digest all of this because this is a lot of information all at once. If you're feeling uncertain about anything, rewatch this fucking call, and then implement what I said about high ticket, DM in low ticket, and then before we take action, we'll meet together and I'll do it with you because that part's important.
Yep. So watch it all, make the decisions, but then before I implement it, just DM me.
Yep, that's right.
Easy. And if because next week I'm away in a tennis tournament, so if I happen to miss 4 days, that's not the end of the world, is it?
No, it won't be the end of the world. if anything, just make sure you let them know, hey guys, I'm going to be gone for 4 days. I'm at a tennis tournament. I'll try and share what I can, but whatever. They like to hear, they want to hear about your life. You're the Olympian, you're the star. You don't see it that way, but they're excited.
I do not see it that way at all.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, who gives a fuck about table tennis? Who gives a fuck about my life?
That's what I'm saying. But like, there are people on Skool that come to meet me and they're fangirling all over the place, or they're meeting Sam, they're fangirling all over the place. And so, but these, I don't see myself as any great grand thing. I mean, maybe Sam does. He claims he doesn't, right? And so just always pretend that you are, and then treat it as social media with them following a celebrity that they really love. Because that's really what it is.
Yes.
Cool.
And then we only do get to work.
It's you, man. All right, motherfucker. Dude, I love those. I love all of them. You should start having more of those catchphrases.
I love the Max. I should, you know, those DJs, how they create the good memes that just go like, they say a quote, they're like, they have
DJ Khaled.
You know the ones where they got like someone says something, a unique phrase, they're like hard or whatever, and then they're just like keep doing it. There's people that can edit videos. We should get someone who can do that. And every time Max goes, Alex Ramosi, we should just be like Alex Ramosi, Alex Ramosi, Alex Ramosi, and just like create a fucking dubstep on that.
Dude, you know who can do that? Nick can do that at the office.
Who?
Nick.
We should do that. Max will probably hate me by the end.
No. I think that shit is awesome. Yeah.
Every time he goes, ChatGPT. Just like,
yeah, just like a whole series of them. I think that'd be sick, man. I love that.
I love when he goes, if you're serious about making money online, you can create a free school community.
If you're serious. Dude. Fuck. Oh man. We need more accent guys. Because that's I think that's gonna be your shtick. We'll keep talking about it, but I think there's gonna be a way. And I'll coach you through it, but I think there's gonna be a way that you can interact in the main community and start getting extra sales at the 100. Hyper organic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
From just like fucking doing impersonations.
Any of it, all of it. I know because I've done it before. Not impersonations, but being stupid.
Yeah. It attracts the right people though, because it's like people who vibe with it.
They're because of you, man. That's what they want.
Like legit. Like the first time I saw you on the speedrunners call, I was like, "Fuck, man! I'm actually with the guy that just like says what he wants and like be's who he wants." It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then you obviously you're gonna get some people that are like, "Wow, how can he just do that?" But if you don't do that, you're not gonna have some people love you.
Yeah, you have to be able to leave room for haters. Because without, that's one of the definitions of community is if you don't have people that are not a part of it, it's not a community. There has to be another.
Yeah.
By the way, I have to get ready to jump on another call, but let's connect soon. Work on that shit and then hit me up, all right?
Perfect,
all right.
Man.
Later, motherfucker.
See you later, man. Bye.